I haven't been this excited to review an optic in a long time. Hey guys, Akimbo Chris from Crusader Armory TV. Back out here on the range again today, and today guys, we're bringing you yet another review on a high value, affordable optic. Today guys, we've got one of these enclosed emitter mailbox style optics sent out from Aimwin. This is their Aimwin PE320, and this is, like I said, one of those mailbox style optics. Something like your Aimpoint ACRO or something like that. Something you would use more for duty use or competition, opposed to what we normally review, which is carry optics and things like that. Aimwin was friendly enough to send this out to the channel so that way we can run it through our paces out here, test its durability, test the accuracy, test the overall performance, and give you guys a real review on this optic. Now with that being said, just because Aimwin sent this out to me, I'm gonna review it honestly as I do all the optics on the channel. So just complete transparency, they did send it out to me. They are a brand new company, so they're trying to get their name out there. So today guys, we're gonna be reviewing it, and what I can say, just first impressions of having this for the last few weeks, and zeroing it a little bit, I did put a few rounds through it. I'm pretty excited about this one. So let's go ahead and get started, and we're gonna go over the feature set of the Aimwin PE320. Real quick guys, before we get into the review, I just want to say I hope that you all had a great Christmas. I hope everybody had a great time with their family and remembered to celebrate the birth of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. During this time, I feel like a lot of people get so caught up in the gifts and, you know, getting gifts and giving gifts that they forget the real meaning of this time of year, and that is to celebrate the birth of Christ. So don't get too tangled up in the marketing. Make sure you're saying your prayers and make sure you're giving thanks back to Christ, especially during this time of year, because without him, none of us would be here. So I hope you all had a great Christmas, and let's get right into the review. All right guys, let's go over the feature set of the Aimwin PE320. I think it's only fair to compare it to the ACRO because this kind of fits that ACRO style optic space. So I'm very excited to test this thing out for a few different reasons. One, it's less than half the cost of an actual ACRO. Kind of fits the same space, but it's literally less than half the price. I believe you can get these things for under $300 from Aimwin. So that right out the gate, in my eyes, if it holds up, is a big W. The next thing that is really unique about this optic compared to something like the Aimpoint ACRO is that you do have a solar failsafe up here on the top. So I never think that these are necessarily a necessity, but they are always a nice to have. You take your gun out to the range, you don't have a spare battery on you, for whatever reason your optic is dead, then now you can still use your optic. Or if it's a sticky situation, you don't want your optic failing on you. So it's always a nice to have that solar failsafe. So even if you pull the battery out of this thing, it can use overhead light or sunlight to still project that reticle. Now speaking of the reticle, one of the key differences as well is your Aimpoint ACRO comes with a 3.5 MOA dot. Pretty standard. You know, a lot of red dots come with 2 or 3 MOA dots, so 3.5 is pretty standard. This comes with a full circle multi-reticle system, so like an EOTech style reticle, and it is a 36 MOA circle dot. And I really like the big circle dots, especially on an optic of this size. If you guys can see this thing is absolutely huge. It has a huge window on it. It is literally a mailbox, a flat screen TV. So I really like the 36 MOA dot because in my experience, especially up close when you're aiming center mass on targets, running drills and things like that, it does cut back on some time as it pertains to target acquisition. Another thing I do want to really say about this reticle, and I am not lying to you guys, the Osight SC, if you guys watch the channel, was probably one of the clearest red dots that I've used as somebody who has astigmatism. If you guys watch the channel and you watch my Osight SC review, that optic really blew me away because the clarity of the reticle, especially as somebody who has astigmatism. But guys, what I will say about the Aimpoint, and I'm not lying, my cameraman can attest to it, is this dot is at least as clear as the Osight SC, if not a slight bit better. And that's saying a lot, considering that is probably one of the clearest reticles I've used as somebody who has astigmatism on a red dot sight optic. One of the number one things that can ruin an optic right away for me out the gate is having a bad emitter in them. As somebody who has astigmatism, I can definitely tell when a company is not using a high quality clear emitter in their optics. I can tell you right now, the emitters that Aimwin is using are pretty good. Even at the brightest settings, you're not getting any star bursting. Even with that 36 MOA dot, you can clearly see right through the dot, and that's a big win for me because there's a lot of dots out there that just star burst, even hollow suns and things like that. So big props to Aimwin for making sure that they're using a astigmatism friendly dot. Now this is an RMR footprint optic, so it does come with a RMR plate. You can buy other plates for this style optic to mount them to different guns, but it does come in the box with a RMR plate on it. For all you SIG haters out there who are gonna start hating on me for having this on a P320, this is the only gun I have right now that I could throw this on that I don't already have an optic set that I didn't want to pull off and re-zero. As far as the buttons go, the buttons are very tactile. You do get a very tactile click to them, and the brightness settings seem to be more than good enough for a bright sunny day, so I don't think we're gonna have any problems there. And then as far as zeroing it, like I said, we did take it out and we did zero it before the video, at least a rough zero. We'll confirm zero here when we start shooting, but the up adjustments and the right and left both have a very tactile click to them, so you'll be able to feel each adjustment when you are adjusting them. So none of that cheap, mushy garbage when it comes to zeroing the optic. You do of course have your removable battery tray here on the side, so there's no need to unmount the optic to put a new battery in it, which is a huge W for me as well. So all around guys, I'm really excited to shoot this thing today. I haven't been this excited to shoot an optic in a long time, just because first impressions, I really like it. But we gotta see if it's going to pass our test. So we're gonna run it through some drills, we're gonna run it through its paces, we're gonna beat on it a little bit, put it through a little bit of a torture test, and we're gonna see how well it holds up. The first test of the day is going to be accuracy. So we're going to step back at a few different distances and see how accurate the Aimwin PE320 is. Because if a red dot doesn't make you more precise than your iron sights, what's the point of running it? All right guys, so we're gonna confirm zero and then take our first shots at the target. So we got 5 rounds loaded up, take a 5-shot group at the target. We're at about 7 yards right now. Alrighty, check that out. So we got all A-zone shots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not bad. I'm not the best shooter in the world, guys, so just keep that in mind throughout the video. I'm a pretty average shooter. Not a bad group at all. I think I'm gonna bring it right just slightly and then up just slightly, and I think that we should have a almost perfect zero with this optic. That looks good. So you can see we brought it right a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm still shooting a tad bit low, but that's probably on me. But that is a really good group. We're only at 7 yards, but I know there's a lot of people out there who don't train with their handgun, who their group at 7 yards looks like birdshot. So I'm pretty happy with that, and I'm pretty satisfied with that. And I definitely think that's a big improvement over iron sights as far as I'm concerned, because I'm not a very good shooter with iron sights. My eyes suck. They do. They really do suck. If you look at my glasses, they're pretty thick. And I'm only 25 years old, and I'm also a diabetic, so I'm sure there's like some type of fluctuation because of that. But that is a really good group. I would call that a W. I might pull it up just slightly, 1 or 2 more clicks, and I think that we're gonna be dead on the money. So it's definitely accurate, and it's definitely aiding me to hold a pretty tight group at 7 yards. But now we gotta step back, right? and we got to test it at some further distances. We're going to step back to the 15-yard line and then the 25, and we're going to shoot the still at the 25-yard line and see how many shots we can get on target. All right, so now we turned up the difficulty level just a little bit, 15 yards with the Aimwin PE320. So let's see how well I can group it at 15 yards. All right, a little bit rapid, but let's check it out. It looks like they're all A zones. We got made it through one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not bad at 15 yards. Again, most people can't hit the broadside of a barn at 15 yards with a handgun. So, I don't know, maybe you guys out there, you need some help shooting. You're not very good with iron sights like myself. Red dot, I try to tell people, especially when you get some distance. And all right guys, given I'm not a great shooter at 25, I'm going to take a few shots at the cardboard and then take a few shots at the steel to see if I can hit it. Now this is my first time shooting with this optic at 25, and we do have it zeroed a little bit closer, so there's no telling how close I'll be, but we got to give it a shot. So I'm gonna aim at the neck area. Okay, well I missed the steel. Yeah, it looks like I was pretty close. We threw one way out here. I mean, at 25 yards, guys, with a handgun, every little millimeter of movement becomes like an inch on the target. That's the downside to having such a short barrel, but you know, handguns are meant for up close anyway. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that might have been all I shot at the target. It does look like we're hitting a little bit low on the gong, and then I missed this one. I think I hit just below it. So, I mean, not bad for me at least. I'd be pretty happy with that, at least from what we see on the cardboard. So, you know, shooting at 25 with iron sights for me is just like a no-go, right? Like, you have to really take your time, but a red dot can really increase those capabilities when you step back. Now, what I will say is what definitely helps is I train a lot on smaller handguns. So if you guys know, you know, a lot of the training I do is with like my concealed carry guns. And when you step it up to a bigger gun with a 4 or 5 inch barrel, it definitely makes things a little bit easier. So if you train small with smaller guns, once you get the full big size guns, it makes everything a little bit easier. So. All right guys, so now we're gonna get to the fun part. We're gonna do some drills. So I'm gonna do a Mozambique, so I'm gonna draw 2 to the body, 1 to the head. So I think generally I can do this drill somewhere around 2.5, 3 seconds, 4 seconds at most. So we'll see how we do with the Aimwin PE320 and see how well it performs as far as target acquisition. So what we're doing now, the drills we're gonna do now is really testing the target acquisition with that nice big 36 MOA dot. Also, real quick, shout out to Alien Gear Holsters, also a partner of the channel. You wanna go check them out. Link will be in the pinned comments. They make great holsters. This is their level 2 retention holster, and I really, really do like it.
.9.
Okay, so you got A zone, B zone. What was the time?
2.9.
2.9. That is quick for my first go with this optic, especially from a draw, hand not on the gun, 2.9 seconds, and we got all effective shots. It'd definitely be an effective headshot. So, I don't know. It seems like it definitely helps, but let's run it a few times and see if we can try to cut that down even more.
2.4.
There we go.
Yep.
Look, that much of a difference. All I did was change up from here to here. That's why you got to be alert, guys. That's a big part of self-defense. Being alert, being aware of your surroundings, because that half a second of you just being ready and already being in position to draw your gun
can save your life.
It can save your life. Yeah, right there, 1, 2 A zones, and then the B zone here. I'm really liking this optic, guys. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't think I performed this well, this quickly with an optic in a long time. And I'm really gonna attribute that to the huge window. It really does help. I know that some people out there think it's gimmicky. Why would I ever carry that with my firearm? That thing is huge. And I understand why there's a lot of law enforcement and military and stuff like that who use the Aimpoint ACRO, because that big window, the slightly larger dot, definitely makes a difference. And this one has a 36 MOA dot, so it's very easy to passively aim. All I'm doing is I'm focusing right here on this target, pointing that dot in this area and pulling the trigger. Yeah. So let's move on to some movement stuff. Move around a little bit. All right, guys, so we're gonna do a 3-position movement drill. We're about at the, probably about 12-ish yards or so. Take one shot here, bam, go to the middle, bam, on the gong, and then the third side over there, take one shot. So 3-shot drill. Usually I can run this on the low end, 9-10 seconds. On the high end, you know, 12 to 15. So let's see how it goes.
Stand by. What do you think?
9.5.
Actually, 9.6.
Okay, close enough.
That's actually pretty good, and you hit each time.
That's quick, so that's on the lower end of me running this drill. And a lot of that time spent during that drill is trying to find that dot, making sure it's lined up. But with this big 36 MOA dot, I can see right through it. It's crystal clear, and I just put on that gong, pop it, and I'm moving. As far as target acquisition, I definitely think that this is getting a grade A score in that department. Accuracy was pretty good. Target acquisition with this style dot, this big window, is great. I mean, you can see here, it seems like I hit center too. So we're still holding 0 as well. At this point, on and off camera, we probably have about 80 rounds to it or so. So let's keep running her.
Stand by.
Oh, I think I missed. Ever so slightly.
14-1.
I just ever so slightly missed that first one. I went right over the right shoulder with that one.
Yeah.
What was the time?
14-1.
14-1. Not bad, not bad. A little bit rusty on that one, but we hit both the gongs here. Hit that at 20, so I'm not too concerned with it. Last drill we're gonna do for target acquisition is I'm gonna take one shot at each target, one at the cardboard, one at the gong, one at the bear, reload, one at the bear, one at the gong, one at the cardboard.
.6.
Looks like both of my shots were here.
A and a C.
A little bit low. Obviously hit the steel, no problem. Not bad, not bad. I really didn't have any issue. I need to draw a little bit straighter. I was just a tad bit off. So I definitely can make small improvements just in my overall draw and form. But that wasn't bad at all. So
pretty good.
Let's run it one more time.
All right.
See how it goes.
.9.
Okay, quicker. Even though the reload is a little bit sloppy getting it in. Looks like we got 2 A-zone shots, center of the chest, 2 hits on the steel, 6.9 seconds. So we cut from 8 seconds, we cut like a second off. So
yeah,
not bad. And I think I can do even better. Let's run it one more time because I know I can smoothen up the reload.
Faster. 6.5.
So 1, 2, gong, and we twisted the bear. Taught him a lesson.
The bear had a better day.
So far, guys, I really like the optic. I really like the mailbox, I can't lie. I was really excited to try this out because I haven't used this style or this size of optic, and as you guys know, I'm a big fan of the big windows, so I really like this, especially for something like a competition gun. I think it can definitely help you cut down on your times. I mean, it's just right there. As long as you got your draw right, you're gonna pretty much be center mass with that big circle. You're gonna know where to hit. And so far, I've hit mostly A-zones on here. outside of us, testing some distant shots off camera. So I'm pretty impressed with the Aimwin, especially for a company I've never heard of. I haven't heard of these guys until they reached out to me. And when I started checking their website, I got excited seeing some of these big enclosed emitter optics. They offered to send this out to me, and I mean, even the packaging, we do have an unboxing on the channel. I mean, even the packaging for a company that you probably never heard of, the packaging was A1. It was nice compared to some other, new brands on the market. A lot of times, the packaging's not nice. They skimp in certain places. I mean, so far with Aimwin, the experience has been A1 in my opinion. So now guys, we're gonna do one last drill. We're gonna do a simple build drill, except this time the main thing that I'm focusing on with this dot is just seeing how easy it is to keep that dot in this window. Because with some guns and some dots, depending on the window size, depending on the dot size, when you go to fire, sometimes it's a little bit hard to track that dot with multiple back-to-back shots. So we're just gonna take 6 shots, center mass at the target, to see how easy it is to track that dot with multiple shots going downrange. That was a little bit left, but that was not a bad group.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, for me just, firing them off.
Each shot
1,
impact?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That last one was the flyer, the one in the middle of the A.
Yeah. Let me do it one more time, and I'm just going to adjust ever so slightly.
Six seconds.
Yeah, I mean, so what I'll say as far as tracking the dot, I mean, it stays right there in that window. You got such a big window on this thing, especially with this P320 that has, a 4-inch plus barrel. I mean, it's not hard at all to control and just keep it on center mass. And I don't think we had a terrible group as well, especially considering we were firing pretty rapidly. So we got 1 here center, 2, 3, 4, 5. So not bad at all center mass, and that's exactly what you want to see from an optic, especially something that you're going to be carrying for competition when A zones really matter, or something that you're going to be carrying on a duty gun or anything like that, because that's primarily what these are marketed towards. Because obviously you're not going to carry this on your concealed carry weapon. I don't know anybody who would want to carry this on their MMP shield, right? It's a pretty big optic, but for something like a duty weapon, you're gonna have on a battle belt, in a holster, or a competition style optic. I mean, this thing has really impressed me, and it's definitely quick. It's quick, it's fast, and if that's what you're looking for, then this may be an option. So now we got to see if it's going to hold up. We got to test the durability, because it could shoot straight all day long, but if it won't hold zero after a little bit of a beating, then probably not the optic you want to go with. I have high hopes for it. It definitely seems like it's pretty well built. Just to be honest with you guys, it's got some good weight to it. The fit and finish is a lot better than some of the Amazon optics I've tested, for sure. Not saying this is on par with Amazon optics. I definitely think this is a step above. But, a lot of the other companies that I've tested that I've never really heard of before, the fit and finish suffers, or there's some other issues with it. However, I got high hopes for this thing. This thing seems pretty durable. So far, it's performed extremely well, and I don't think we're gonna have any issues, but we gotta test it so that way you guys at home, if you guys decide to spend your cold, hard-earned cash on something like this, you know it's gonna hold up. Without further ado, first we're gonna beat the hell out of it with this water bottle, and then we're gonna rack it off this, and we'll drop it and we'll throw it and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and get started with it. I'm gonna beat the shit out of it with this water bottle. It's also waterproof, so it should be fine. That's a good thing about closed emitter optics. We just popped a hole in the water bottle, but
optic so hard it busted a water bottle.
Okay, so got her nice and wet now. let's see if we got any type of scratching on the front glass. I'm doing this with a P320, so the P320 is probably more likely to break than the Optic. So we look at the front glass there, no scratching on the glass at all, so the glass seems to be pretty durable, and no deformation in the Optic, so there's no finish wear or anything of that nature, which is to be expected. I mean, guys, this Optic is, from everything that I could tell from all the Optics I've shot, this thing seems like it's pretty good quality. Would definitely buy a second one of these, at least if it holds up. Dropping gold. It's empty. So here we go. I'm gonna throw it. You ready?
Yep.
All right. All dirty.
I
just cleaned it not that long ago as well.
You're gonna have to take it home and clean it again.
All right, dropping it again. Not loaded. Not loaded. All right. A little bit of dirt. No damage. No visible damage to the Optic, so fit and finish holds up pretty good. All right, we're gonna throw it one more time and see what happens. No scratches on the glass either, so. All right, I'm gonna throw her up. You ready?
Yep.
Woo! And before all the comments, you're dropping that on grass. Guys, we don't got no concrete out here. We're out here in the country, man. We're out here in the sticks. You guys take a look at the Optic. Really no finish wear. That was there from before. I actually did that before I even brought it out here by accident. But as far as everything else, there's like no finish wear at all. Not even from banging it on the wood. We did get it wet. Optic's obviously still working. Solar panel doesn't look scratched up at all. So they got some nice high quality glass there as well. No marks on the glass. So now we just gotta see
if it held zero.
Did she hold zero? This might be the most tested P320 on the internet. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw that out there. I have beat the crap out of this thing since I bought it from the pawn shop, which it was already pretty used when I got it. Just looking at like the wear marks and stuff like that. So that's all I'm gonna say. All right, guys, let's see if she held zero. I'm gonna take some shots of the cardboard. All right. Looks like she held zero. I was aiming head here.
Yeah, looks like.
Yep. No wiggle. Still tight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And obviously hit still both times.
Pretty good.
I think she's good to go.
I'd personally recommend it.
I mean, even after that beating, guys, I mean, that's a pretty tight group. We were shooting that at about 10 yards. Head box, just a little bit low, notoriously. The notorious low left, that's what they call me. And that's not bad at all.
No, that's really good.
It didn't lose zero at all. Let's do one more magazine through her, just to end off the video, and then I'll give my final impression.
Empty. Hit the steel each time.
She held up. Yeah, I mean, that was good. I was aiming here. I pulled one. But you see, I got that shot there. Center mass. I kind of just want to take one, like, 35-yard shot.
Do it.
Let's try it. I'm going to try to hit the bear.
You hit it.
Hit it.
Hit it again.
Oh, come on, bear. What about the little target over there? Oh, I don't know where I hit. Hey, but I hit the bear at 35.
Twice?
Yeah, twice.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, not bad at all. Not bad at all.
With iron, I wouldn't have been able to hit that.
Yeah, color me impressed, guys. And that's why I like the multi-reticle system. You're up close and personal, use the 36 MOA dot. You get a little bit further, you can switch it out and use the 2 MOA dot to be a little bit more precise. I mean, I could have killed a groundhog from 35 yards with this handgun. And I know some people, they can shoot 100 yards, iron sight's no problem. I'm not one of those guys. I'm your average shooter. And 25, I struggle a little bit. My group definitely spreads out quite a bit. But that's why we train. And that's why we try to get better out here every day. So just to close this one out, guys, I had a blast shooting the Aimwin PE320, and not lying to you guys, regardless if they sent this out to the channel or not, I will buy more optics from them. I mean, this optic impressed me, especially for the price point that it comes in at. I don't have a lot of experience with these style of optics. Yes, I've had my hands on an Acro before, but I've never been a huge fan of the big box style optics. I've always thought they were a little bit gimmicky, at least at this size until now. Like, it does make a big difference when it comes to quick target acquisition, you know, getting those shots on target quickly and really just getting a quick sight picture. I think it makes a ginormous difference, and for something like a duty gun that you're gonna be carrying on a battle belt in a holster anyway, I mean, it's not gonna really add too much weight. I mean, the size doesn't matter as much when you're carrying like this. I think anybody would take the practicality and the extra capability out of a red dot like this, regardless of the small added weight difference. I mean, if anything, it kills your recoil a little bit more, so it'll make your gun shoot just a tad bit flatter. Overall, if you're looking for a mailbox acro style optic, I think this would be a good choice to look into. You can buy the plates for it. I'm pretty sure that these take the exact same plates as the Acro, so if you find Acro plates online for whatever gun that you have, you can purchase those plates for this optic as well. However, out of the box, it does come with an RMR footprint plate. So if you have a gun that can fit an RMR optic on it, then you're already good to go out the box. And I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, the Acro doesn't come with the plates with it. So the fact that this comes with a plate, especially given the price point, is pretty insane. So big shout out to Aimwin for what they're doing inside the optic space, because like I said, this thing has blown me away. This is by far one of my favorite optics that I've reviewed on the channel. Probably right there next to the Osight SE, because that one kind of blew me away for what it was too, because I'm not a big fan of Olight, Osight, or whatever you want to call them, but that was a pretty good optic. Overall, guys, you're gonna get all your basic red dot features that come in almost every red dot nowadays, with a shake awake feature, extremely good battery life. You're getting all that, plus a big window, plus a solar failsafe, plus a 36 MOA crisp reticle. So I really don't think that you can go wrong with this thing, and you'll definitely be seeing more of it on the channel because it's a blast. It definitely cut down some of the time on my drills out here today, and I mean, I think that's pretty evident. And it shot pretty well. I mean, here's our first target. These were like pretty much all of our first shots that we were doing within 15 yards. Some of these other ones were from me stepping back, trying to be a hot boy and hit at 35 yards and you know, 25, 35 yards, but you know, that's some pretty good shooting. You see a really tight group here right in the A zone. Most of the drills we did out here today, as far as timing on camera, were all A zone shots. And even here, you know, still mostly A zone shots with a few flyers here. Headshots were good, just a tad bit low. But that's on me, not on the optic. And I'm really happy with that performance, guys. So if you're interested in this optic, I will leave a link in the pinned comments below to their website. Go check them out. Let them know Crusader Armory TV sent you, and enjoy, because they're pretty sweet. So without further ado, guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, because YouTube hates gun content, and we got to stand for the Second Amendment, because they've been trying to kill us in the algorithm. So every like, sub, comment helps us tremendously. So with that being said, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.